Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. I am amazed and very pleased at the number of folks who turned out. Really, really warms me up right in here. Before I start my remarks, I want to again reiterate my thanks to our sponsors for tonight's event, Anna Ward and Les Callahan. Yay! I'm also going to throw out a thank you to Deb, who organized this whole thing without me having to do anything. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Duval, and I'm running against Carrie Issac to be your state representative. Yay. I am a 59-year-old native Texan with a wonderful husband and two fully grown, beautiful children. Independent now. In the healthcare system, don't we? Well, that's digressing. So the future of our state depends on how well we educate our children. And the founding fathers of Texas knew this, and that's why they put in the Constitution right there in bold, explicit requirement for the legislature to provide adequate funds for a system of free public schools. If elected, I will vote to fully fund public education, and I will fight tooth and nail to have any taxpayer dollars go to private schools. Representative Issac, on the other hand, was endorsed by Greg Abbott because she is a solid vote for his voucher program. Now, just as the Texas economy relies on a well-educated workforce, it also requires workers in good health. And the best way people stay healthy is to have health insurance. Unfortunately, here in Texas, 16.6% of the population, that's almost 5 million people, has no health insurance coverage at all. Now that's shameful, too. We could cut this uninsured rate. The uninsured rate, which I said 16.6%, is the highest in the nation. And we've been in that dubious, honorable position there for a very long time. It's funny, I was reading how the governor probably is, they're all real thrilled to announce how 16.6%, that's a reduction. Well, it's still way too high. Yes, it's better than it was last year, but come on. We could cut this uninsured rate dramatically with one simple step, which is adopting the Medicaid expansion. Yeah. Under this deal, as you probably already know, on one hand, the state agrees to, yes, I'll let more people qualify for Medicaid coverage. And the federal government says, great, I'll pay 90% of the costs. Well, that's just an awesome deal, a great bargain. That's almost like buying a house but only having to pay for the down payment. But Governor Abbott, he just won't do anything. I think it's personal for him, but he won't do anything that admits that the ACA, the Affordable Care Act of 2010, was a success. And so, he won't have anything to do with it. Which is a real pity for a lot of Texans. Yeah, he's been fighting against the ACA since he was our Attorney General. I mean, this goes deep in his roots. Now, Texas is one of only 10 states that have yet to adopt this Medicaid expansion program, and that list is getting shorter with every passing year. Every year, a couple more states decide, hey, that's a pretty good deal, let's take it. And in fact, the most recent state to adopt Medicaid expansion was North Carolina. And just the other day, they announced that 400,000 people have gained coverage in just the first 4 months of the program. 400,000 people. That's 400,000 more people who can now go see a doctor once a year for their checkup. And they can get their prescriptions filled for a low or no out-of-pocket costs. So, pardon me. So that would be just really great if we could do that. Because in addition to achieving better health outcomes for regular people, all that additional Medicaid spending acts as a stimulus to the economy. The whole economy benefits. Because regular people, instead of spending all their money on medications or whatever, they get to go spend it on something else, and that boosts the economy. Similarly, hospitals, rural hospitals particularly, they won't have to pay nearly so much for all the services they provide to the uninsured. They'll be able to do something else with that money, maybe give their nurses a raise or something. We'll see, if it ever comes about. In fact, there's one estimate out there that says if we implemented this program, that Texas could see $1.78 come back in tax revenues for every dollar spent. I mean, that's a bargain. If I could be assured of that kind of payout, I'd go to Vegas right here, right now. That's huge. That's a great return on investment, as we say in the financial community. But Red Data just won't have any of it, unfortunately. So I think it's time that we take this deal so that we can improve the health of our workforce and our economy at the same time. And if I'm elected, I'll work to see that this happens, make it happen, either through passing legislation or trying to get it put up on the ballot so that the voters can decide. I'm not sure if Representative Issac has had a chance to say no to this yet, because I don't think it's come up for a couple of years. But I'm sure that if she's reelected and if she gets a chance to vote on this again, I'm sure she'll take Brad Abbott's side on this issue as well. I'm working really hard to beat Carrie Issac this November because we can do better. Now, unfortunately, we get to the ask part of the evening where I have to say, because it's true, that to keep up this fight, I'm going to need your support, both financially and volunteerism. So, I'm asking. There's a sign-up sheet for the volunteering, and there's QR codes that'll take you to the donation page. Whichever you can manage will be greatly appreciated, really. And thank you very much. One of our strengths as a Democratic Party, which I'm ashamed to say I've never participated in the past, but going forward I'm sure I will be, win or lose. And that is that the Democratic Party is known for being able to knock on more doors and call and speak to more people than the Republicans will ever manage. So, given that strength, and everybody's help and all that, I truly believe, I sincerely believe,